Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival. I'm still here. Adjust the glasses. Alright, cue the intro. Why do I play intros? Because I had them made. I like them. I think they're cool. I just like the way they look. I was happy about it. So, yeah, that's why. I don't play them for you. I play them because I like them. That's pretty much why I do everything on this channel, because I want to, and it's not because, whatever mainstream media has said today, or whatever. So I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. This is going to be a rant type video, probably, more than likely. I'm going to start by telling you to question everything. You should definitely question everything. Why? Because people, that's why. I'm not going to say anything other than that. People. Question everything, because why? People. Yeah, that's a good enough reason. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Yeah. Question everything. People. Yeah. Why do I say it? I've said it previously. I've said it in many videos before. I've even titled videos, question everything. At least one, I believe. Maybe I could be wrong on that because I don't remember. I have like over 300 videos on this channel, and I have no clue what they are all titled. Believe me, I don't even remember what I titled the last one. The last video I posted, it had a little bit of audio problems because I was trying to use this old mic again, and this thing just isn't working. That being said, I just recorded this particular video right now about 10 minutes ago before I found out that the audio didn't work at all. The phone is picking up the audio, but it's on a delay. Now, the last video did that too. Like, you cut off the first couple of things I said and the last few things I said. So, yeah, whatever. So, this one's being recorded directly from phone audio. Wish me luck on that. I'll have to take it into the editor and make it so you can hear me, because I know how that works. My last video was demonetized. I was hit with a copyright strike. I guess news articles are copyrighted now. Yeah. So I've been known as someone who will post a news article or tell you about news articles from time to time. I did a video, it was last week. The video, I believe it was Friday or Thursday or Friday, and it was a news compilation. I had a lot more to say in that video at the end, but I just didn't want it to run too long, so I didn't bother. But yeah, I will post news. I will talk about news, and I will put news up on here that pertains to survival or prepping. And the news, like, if you've seen that video, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I encourage you to go check it out. It's a compilation of news from food shortages, food crisis, hunger, people starving here in our own country, and crop failures. That's what that video is, and that's all it is. And it's coming directly from not only farmers, mainstream media, the U.S. Farm Report, the farm people, right? Okay. That being said, here comes the rant. Why is it for the last day and a half, when I've scrolled through my news or my YouTube feed, and I've seen prepper channel after prepper channel with the title, Trump's House Got Raided? What does Trump's house have to do with prepping? So I'm about to throw, I'm not gonna name any, but I'm gonna throw pretty much the prepping community in general under the bus right here. If you know what the saying means, then you get my point. You're not prepping on your channels. Most of these channels were built off of prepping. They started with prepping. They were teaching preps. They were teaching how to properly store food. They were teaching how to properly do this, that, and the other thing, right? But now they've all become parrots for the mainstream media. And I say that, and I mean that. Parrots for the mainstream media. Because, and I will tell you why, Monday, I believe it was Monday afternoon, Monday evening possibly, I clicked on the little Google News button on the device I was sitting in front of at the time, and guess what I seen? Headline, very first thing. And it's typically what I'm used to seeing first thing on any kind of mainstream media platform is Trump's name is usually the top of the list if it's not the number one thing. So it was the number one thing. His house got raided in Florida for whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Does not matter. It has nothing to do with prepping, has nothing to do with survival. It doesn't affect me directly. It doesn't affect pretty much anybody I know directly. It doesn't affect anyone on my channel directly unless you are related to the guy somehow or work for the government, possibly. doesn't affect any of us. It has nothing to do with prepping. But yet, I see channel after channel after channel after channel after channel. And what do they got? Trump's house got raided. Trump's house got raided. So how are you calling yourself a prepper if you don't teach preps, you don't show preps, you don't talk about preps? All you do is say, Trump's house got raided. They're all coming. They're coming for all of us. You better prep. I mean, if they're coming for you, they're coming to take your preps. I'm ranting. I don't know. It's kind of entertaining. You know, I've been called a lot of things on YouTube. None of them which I care about. None of them. I've been called worse by people that I know, including my mother before she passed away. Called me an asshole, and she was right. I was. Still kind of am, a little bit. Anyway, back on topic here. Prepping channels. They were all built on prepping, but now they're parrots. And it's sad to see. It's really sad to see. Now, this isn't every channel, and like I said, I'm not going to name any of those channels that are doing this kind of thing. There are a lot of channels that still teach preps. Alaska Prepper was showing just the other day. I believe the video is about 20 hours old at the time of this recording of somebody's garden. It's pretty. It's a nice garden. Check it out. You should. Because gardening goes right there with prepping. Being able to produce your own food is the greatest prep you have. Right now, I am preparing to plant some potatoes. Yeah, it's late August, mid-August. It's not late August. It's mid-August. And I'm going to plant some potatoes. Why? Because I know it's warm enough in my area to grow potatoes all the way up to November, December. Corn still grows in December in my state now. That's unusual, but it happens. Climate change is a thing. No matter what you believe is the cause of it, it is a thing because the climate's changing. And that's natural for our planet. It's not the first time this planet has had climate change in its 6 to 10,000 years that this planet has actually been here, according to the math done from my book. Not according to your evolutionist religion that says it's billions of years old, but according to actual historical accounts that have been proved by historians. This world isn't that old, but that's just completely off topic anyway. I can get into a Bible discussion here all day long, but prepping. These channels, man. I unsubscribed from a lot of people yesterday. I went through there. Trump's house got raided. Unsubscribe. Trump's house got raided. Unsubscribe. Trump's house. Unsubscribe. And I could I could give you a list. I really could. I could list a bunch of prepper channels that's all they talk about. It's like they had absolutely nothing better to say. It's like, ooh, news, let's just throw it out there because we have no other content to put on our channel. So we're going to throw you Trump in your face because every prepper loves Trump. No, they don't. They really don't. Not every prepper loves Trump. Not everybody is, idolizing people or worried about what man can do or what man has done. A lot of us are only worried about what is to come, if we're worried about it at all. Am I worried about it? No, not even the least. So you're probably thinking, well, Grim, what have you done lately to help prepping? What have you done to show preps? Let me tell you about my preps. Here's the preps I've done in the last 2 months. Big fat zero. I've been eating my preps for the last 2 months. Yeah, truly, I have. We have gone through a big chunk of our canned goods supply, and it's still dwindling. But that's okay, because that is what it's for. That's what it's for. My book told me this thing would happen. My book also tells me if I have enough faith that I will eat every day. And you know what? If I eat once a day, I'm good. I mean, I prefer to eat 3, 4, 5 times a day, but if I can eat just once a day, that's okay. That's better than nothing. That's better than what's happening to a lot of people, not only in our own country, but the people around the world. The poorest countries around the world always get hit the hardest first, and then the rest of us slowly follow. But we're well on our way. Grocery stores, just walk into one. If they have food, look at the price of it. If they have food. I do a lot of freelance driver work where I deliver food, not only from like restaurants, but also from grocery stores, Walmarts, and various other places. And I go into these places. I mean, I go into them for personal reasons also, to try to, survive for the next week or so. But mostly, I'm delivering food. I deliver more food than I eat, for sure. But, yeah, these places, it's hard to find. I mean, I get a list on my phone of the shopping list that I need to get for the customer, and I'm looking for item after item, and I'm like, item unavailable, item unavailable, item unavailable. I have to do that so many times, it's insane. It really is getting to the point that where I'm gonna say by winter we're all gonna feel it for sure. I'm not going to say we're all going to be starving to death by winter, but I'm pretty sure we're all going to be very acutely aware of the food shortages by winter time this year into early 23. 2023 is going to be a year. Yeah, duh. But it's going to be one for the record books, I'm assuming. I'm just taking it off the top of my head here from the things I know, things I've seen, things I've read. We're looking at dire times. My book tells me this too. In the end of it, especially that last little portion there, it's telling me we're going to have famine, disease, pestilence. We're going to have all kinds of problems. But if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, we're going to be okay. We are. If. That's a big if for most of us, including myself. If. It's a big old if. Because none of us are perfect. None of us have ever. There's only one man ever that was perfect, that did this perfectly. One. Can you guess who it was? Can you guess? I'm going to let you guess. I'm not going to tell you. Put your guess in the comment if you know who saves us. I know. My book told me. And I believe it literally. Quite literally. I believe everything in this literally. If you read this from a literal mindset, from a literal point of view, and you take it all literally, you'll know what you're supposed to be doing. For sure. But back on topic, prepping. What have I been doing to prep? Nothing. I've been eating my preps. Don't have anything currently growing. Plan on planting some potatoes. I'm going to look into planting late year crops such as kale. Kale's a good one for late year. Certain areas we can still get in, your squash type things, cucumbers and things like that. You can still get them in the ground in August. I believe pumpkin planting season is probably started last month. I don't remember exactly how long it takes. I think it only takes 2 months. So I believe it's middle of August when they actually plant them, or early September. Maybe. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. I'm not an expert on pumpkins. I really am not, because I don't really eat pumpkins. I don't see the need for them. You shouldn't be carving them and setting them on your porches, because there's things in here about that. That's bad. That's very bad. Same thing with dragging trees into your house. You shouldn't be doing that either. But we can get on a religious discussion another day. Prepping channels that are not prepping. These channels were built on prepping, and now they're parrots. It's like they had nothing better to do, nothing better to say. I have plans to build a few things. I'm going to try to get it on video. I'm going to try to get some potatoes in some buckets. I'm going to get it on video. I'm going to show you what I'm doing to prep, because right now I'm doing nothing. Right now I'm sitting in a car. I can't drive. My license plate's expired on Monday this week, so I've been trapped here. Yes, that's my broken Durango back there. It don't run. And its license plates are expired too, so that don't even matter. But it don't run. The engine's good, but everything attached to it is not, including the frame that the engine's mounted into is all rusted out at this point. The bottom of it's starting to fall out. I'm using it for a storage shed now. I got a bunch of crap in there. I think I've talked about that before, but yeah, it's stuck there. This car, I could drive it, but that'd be illegal, and I don't really feel like going to jail because of license plates. That's just stupid. So, yeah. Every system we have here in this country is corrupt. Our government has failed us, and it continues to prove that point day by day by day. If you are worried about the governments of the world, you are worried about the wrong thing. If you are worried about where you're going to get your next meal, that's something you should be more concerned about. But there are answers for you if you're looking in the right places. I'm not going to keep on ranting about my Bible either. This video is starting to run long, so I'm going to shut up. I really am. Prepping. What is the most important thing you can do to prep? It's not storing food. It's not storing water. Prep yourself. Prep your soul. Because you know what? We have a limited time on this planet. And whether you believe it or not, there is historical information in here that is accurate to your prepping. Yeah, it can be used for prepping. That first book alone has quite a few preppers. That last book will tell you what we're already seeing right here. And I'm not going to be one of those guys that tell you, hey, it's the end times. There are a lot of people that are doing that. But you got to think, if they had social media back during the collapse of the Roman Empire, they would have said the same thing. If they had social media pretty much during the Great Depression, they would have been saying the same thing. Oh, it's the end times. Because, you know, we think about it. Great Depression, famine, war, yeah, rumors of wars, famine, rumors of wars. This was right before World War II. They had no crops, crop failures. People were dying in droves. I mean, yeah, they would have said the exact same thing. End times, end times. The one thing today that may lean me a little more toward the side of maybe, possibly we're heading that way is the thing I was trying to speak about in my last video. The book says, and you will know the days grow shorter, and science now is telling us that the planet is spinning too fast, and we're like a millisecond faster than 24 hours. So our day ended in like 23 hours and 59 minutes and 99.9999 seconds, or wait, no, 60 point, never mind, my math. It's really early, and I haven't had no coffee yet, so excuse my math. But yeah, preppers. Preppers got it wrong. We all got it wrong. You shouldn't be prepping food unless the Father tells you to prep food. What you should be prepping is your soul, because we all got a long road ahead of us. A long road. This has been